Channeled message.
We have a cultural obsession with the idea that love must be a battlefield. That if it does not gut you, it is not real. We have been conditioned to believe that the more we endure, the deeper the connection must be. But there is a massive difference between the healthy exhaustion of building a life with someone and a slow dismantling of your spirit. When you find yourself reaching for a pill, a drink, or some other distraction just to tolerate the climate of your own home, you are not in a rough patch. You are living in a toxic environment. The body is a far more honest narrator than the heart, right? While the mind is busy writing stories about soulmates, destinies, chemistry, and history just to justify the chaos, the nervous system is telling the truth. Bitch, I am dying, right? It feels the door slammed. It feels the cold silence. It registers the cold silence. It tracks the unpredictable mood. It reads all of it as danger. And after a while, the stress does not just spike, it settles, right? A person starts living in a permanent crouch, always bracing, always scanning, always waiting for the next hit to land, emotionally or otherwise, right? And then that gets renamed loyalty, but the body already knows. The body is calling it survival. There is no nobility in staying with someone who requires your disappearance for the relationship to function. If your so-called great love requires you to medicate your anxiety into silence just to remain in the room with them, right? That is not partnership. That is a siege. People use the word chemistry to dress up adrenaline. They use the word history to trap themselves in a future that looks exactly like their past, and they call that devotion. It's not devotion. It is deterioration, and calling it devotion is just giving it a sentimental name. Real intimacy regulates, right? It does not destabilize. It should be the place where your nervous system finally gets to exhale, not the place where it learns to stay armed. So if the person you love is the primary reason you are losing your grip on your peace, your health, your mental health, your clarity, your overall sense of self, then love is the wrong word for what is happening. What is happening is dismantling. And that is where the fantasy has to die. Not the fantasy of who they could be, the fantasy of what the relationship is doing to you. You cannot keep honoring the ghost of what you hope they would become, while your body is paying the price for who they already are. You were never meant to survive your relationship. You were meant to live within it.
End of message.